masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, so back with another setup video. This is Las Vegas, and here we go. So, front wing, I've gone with 6. Rear wing, I've gone with 2. Simple reason being, I need a little bit more stability in the rear than most, especially for a circuit like Vegas. Obviously, it's probably the lowest downforce circuit on the calendar. It used to be Monza and Spa, but obviously you need more downforce with these heavier cars than that. But this is where I've gone with, and if you feel that you need less drag, by all means, take that to 0. Counterintuitive, I know, but honestly, I can't, me personally, for my driving style, I can't run with 0 on the rear wing. I tried it at Spa, I've tried it at Monza, just doesn't work for me, so I've created a setup of 6.2. By all means, if you think or feel that you're bleeding too much speed, take it down, just trust me on that. But for me, this setup, I need it stable. So yeah, I am running 6 on the front and 2 on the rear. On the transmission then, I've gone with 70 on diff. I've gone with 40 off diff. I've gone with engine braking of 100%. There aren't very many heavy braking zones around Vegas. Turn 1 is not that bad. Turn 2... Turn 3 at the end of the first DRS straight is quite heavy, and then you've got a heavy one after the long mile strip. But apart from that, there are only 2 heavy braking zones around here, so you're going to need the 100% on the engine braking. By all means, if you want a bit less, take it down. It's entirely up to you. But for the sake of this setup, I've gone with 70, 40, 100. On the suspension geometry, and you'll be shocked to find that I've gone with left, 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 left. I think that's every single setup so far. And it doesn't change because it's about as much use as a chocolate teapot. Onto the suspension then. I've gone with a front suspension of 4. I've gone with a rear suspension of 2. Pretty much standard. If obviously you need a little bit more stiffness in the rear suspension, by all means take it up. I wouldn't recommend going any higher than 8 even. But yeah, for the sake of this setup, we'll stick it on 2. Front anti-roll bar of 21, which is standard. Rear anti-roll bar of 18. If you need more in the rear, take it up. If you need less, take it down. There's no dramas. Wouldn't recommend going any lower than 14. But yeah, you can run max if you want. Run 21. No dramas at all. But I'm happy with 21.18. And then at the ride height, again, you want pretty much the lowest drag as possible, also the lowest ride out you can get away with, really. Remember, when you're at high speed with the rear wing open, the car will skid along the ground, so obviously I wouldn't recommend going any lower than 20. Maybe you can go 56, maybe 55. I wouldn't recommend going any lower than 55, but for the sake of this, I've kept it as 20 on the ride out front and 60 on the rear ride out, and it seems to work. But yeah, by all means, if you need less drag, take this down, or even just take the rear wing down to 0. But be warned, the car can get quite squirrely, especially when tyre wear gets a little bit high, and your rear tyres are prone to overheating. So just be mindful of that. The rear will get very squirrely if you run 0 rear wing. Onto the brakes then. Found, like I said in previous setups, prior to the handling patch coming out, the sweet spot used to be 154. Now I find the sweet spot for me is 98.56. By all means, if it's not for you, change it. No dramas. I wouldn't recommend going any lower than 95 on the brake pressure though, because you will really struggle to slow the car down. And then obviously the further you go forward on the brake bias, the more load you put through those through the front tires, and you will lock up even more. But obviously it will stop rear locking. So if you can control, or you are better on your brakes than I am, yeah, by all means go for it. But do not be afraid to change it. On the tires then, and again, like the suspension geometry, you'll be shocked to find out that it's 29 on the front and 26 on the rear. This has been Vegas, one of the quickest circuits on the track. And I really hope this setup helps, guys. I really do. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And yeah, have a good day. Catch you in the next one.